let's focus on another big story this afternoon that we're tracking for you here on the Midday View on ENCA, DSTV channel 403. It's a case against suspended ANC Secretary-General Magashule and 15 co-accused. It's taking place in Bloemfontein, in the Free State. It's been postponed to the 19th of October. The accused are facing charges related to 255 million rand Free State asbestos tender. Senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is covering that story for us in Bloem and is following that story on this hour for us. Aviwe, good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday View. Well, the case has been postponed to the 19th of October. What is the latest you can tell us, and what really transpired in court earlier today?
Well, inside court, Bradan, it was hardly 20 minutes before that matter was postponed. The postponement is around full disclosure of dockets. We understand that some of the 16 accused have now new legal representatives, new counsel, so they still need to be furnished with the dockets, given time to go through them before a pre-trial takes place then on the 19th of October. And coincidentally, October marks exactly a year since the first 7 suspects were apprehended and appeared at the Bloemfontein Magistrate Court. They included businessman Edwin Sodi. You'd understand that the allegations are around a 255 million rand contract tender, in fact, that Sodi received. His company, Blackhead Consulting, along with Diamond Hill Trading, back in 2014. That contract was to remove asbestos roofing as well as just do auditing of it. To understand that money was subcontracted tenfold. In fact, subcontracted twice, with the eventual people that did it for a mere 21 million rand. But that was only the auditing side, of course, as none of the roofs around the Free State province that had asbestos were removed. In fact, they still have that asbestos roofing this very moment. So 16 people and companies have since been then accused in this matter, which we've seen yet again another postponement that will set the pre-trial date. In fact, the NPA spokesperson explains this issue.
We couldn't proceed with the pre-trial conference that was set down for today in order to determine the state of readiness, because some of the accused have since changed legal representatives. They are now represented by Legal Aid South Africa. Unfortunately, they were not in court and therefore could not be committed to a pre-trial conference when they are not in attendance. We will use this opportunity between now and the 19th of October to share whatever contents of the dockets we have so that they can prepare for that pre-trial conference.
Aviwe, the supporters, we saw some visuals coming out of outside court. Spamandla Goke was watching what was happening outside court. We saw some supporters who had gathered there to show their solidarity, I guess, with the suspended Secretary-General Magashule. I wonder what he's been saying about this case.
Well, he's got grievances himself, saying, of course, it is a political witch hunt. We do understand that even the key witness, the one issue that he really has a gripe around, is the key witness. We understand the state witness was the Free State Premiers at the time. Remember that Magashule was the then Free State Premier back in 2014 when the allegations around this corruption happened. So his PA then, we understand, is the state witness, and we do understand Magashule is charged around the kickbacks that he allegedly received, some of them facilitated by that state witness. But he now suggests that that state witness, in fact, is his, as he has an original affidavit. In fact, basically just not even listening to what the state is saying, that it's their state witness, given that he says that they have even unsigned affidavits, an issue that we spoke to the suspended ANC SG as he came out of court.
Projected this image that Magashule is corrupt. I have not taken a cent from government, and I want South Africans to understand. And that's why I walk with confidence, I ooze with confidence, because I will definitely win. And once we win this case, we'll actually expose the political trial, which was actually deliberate, to keep Magashule in court so that we keep him away from the masses of our people.
Well, he sees it's like there's a political game there to keep him away. So what's the latest? Have the supporters now gone their way? It's all quiet around the precinct of the Bloemfontein court, because we saw that ring of steel by the local enforcement agents, police and the army, because there were some concerns about possible flare-ups of protests.
Yes, from 5 a.m., law enforcement officials, including the South African National Defence Force and the South African police servants, came out in droves, basically cordoning off the entire High Court. Even outside, you can see them guns in hand, basically manning the whole area, of course, following the concerns around the supporters that were expected in droves. This, of course, being issued in media communiques, even mentioning a motorcade that was supposed to happen, we understand, in the early hours. But none of that happened, Bradan. In fact, it was just a handful, a dozen of supporters that we then saw afterwards and dispersed immediately. What now is going to happen is that the ANC in the Free State province is going to give a media briefing, which my colleague Spamandla Goge will bring you from around 2 p.m. Expecting that to happen, where we'll hear the response to all of these allegations that are currently happening in the Free State province.
Okay, Aviwe, thank you very much. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to be said this afternoon at that briefing, because we're going to be live as well at the state capture inquiry where President Cyril Ramaphosa is continuing his testimony. Thank you very much. Aviwe Mtila live to us from Mangaung, Bloemfontein.